we will proceed to the number 2 meeting, which is Flood Control District Work Sessions, Tuesday, November 12th, 2024 at 2 p.m. Board of Supervisors Hearing Room, 1415 Melody Lane, Building G, Bisbee, Arizona. Pursuant to ARS 38431.02H, the public will have physical access to the meeting place 15 minutes prior to the start of each meeting. Any item on this agenda is open for discussion. Ms. Judd, are you still here?
I am.
And Crosby is still here. Members of Cochise County Board of Supervisors will attend either in person or by telephone. Ms. English is not with us today. Members of the public may also attend this meeting via Microsoft Teams computer or mobile app or via phone by calling 602-609-7513 or 888-680-6714. Conference ID 552-932-678#. If you have trouble accessing this meeting remotely, call 520-432-9200 for direction. Work sessions are a time for county staff to inform and discuss agenda items with the Board of Supervisors, and public comment will not be taken. We still have Mr. Solis and Ms. Watkins with us. Do you need a minute to take a sip out of your... Okay, super duper. Then we will hear from Ms. Watkins about possible direction regarding the flood control district.
The first project is Lexi Canyon Pond, which is outside of Douglas. And this is in design, which we should have complete the next few months. But we're still working with the Arizona Department of Water Resources because this pond is a jurisdictional dam because it's about 13.5 feet tall. Will be taken off as the diagram on the left shows. We're taking the crest off where the spillway and lowering it 9 feet so that it won't be a jurisdictional dam, and repairing some of the berm that was done because that has washed out in the past and then flooded the neighborhood adjacent to it. And the county redesigned Vista del Cerro and Santa Paula roads for the inlet and outlet to the pond. ADWR has to approve the plans. And at this point, we're estimating construction costs for $3.5 million, and we will go for probably a BRIC grant to try to get this, since this is for flood control. The Bay Acres project, also out just north of the city of Douglas, and this is to reduce flooding in Bay Acres itself in the Colonial and along Washington Avenue. The design is 90% complete. On contract with J. Fuller was for just over $261,000. We would then have to acquire right away along Palm Grove Wash, and that would be about $1 million. Anticipated construction to be $10 million or more, and we will then pursue grants for that project also. Priority Wash, that's the grant that we now are fully funded from this with the grant that you guys, thank you, approved today. And this is Coyote Wash, where we're going to take the water from Coyote Wash, divert it into the old gravel pit there, then slowly release it back into Coyote Wash. The NEPA clearance is completed. The plans will be finalized in December. The design cost was $330,000. The estimated construction cost is $6.5 million, which is fully funded, and we then plan on having that start in construction next calendar year. And they should have it all completed next calendar year. And it will have the inlet and outlet structures will be roller compacted concrete to less than the maintenance costs. We did learn a lesson on our Horseshoe Draw project that we pretty much adhere to that design so that we don't have blowouts like we have in that project.
Would you go over that? You said roller.
Compacted concrete.
Okay, what is that?
So you put the concrete out and then you use a steel wheel compactor like you build roads, and it compacts it so that it's really dense. And then you just bring it up in lifts. So it'd be about 6 feet tall of solid concrete.
So the materials, it's a lot stiffer. So unlike a house foundation or a building foundation, the material tends to run and you get to move it easily. This doesn't. So that was basically whenever you roll it, it's a stiffer
It's a real
material.
stiff concrete.
Mhm.
Yeah, the slump is probably 1 inch long, so it doesn't come out very slow. It's going to come out from machines.
It's not soupy,
It's not.
I guess.
In more of our Upper San Pedro projects, Riverstone, we're still doing the phase 2 site investigation. That was a REPI grant from Fort Huachuca for $900,000. The city of Sierra Vista is managing that as a CCR partnering. We're in the final permitting and design of phase 2. And they'll be doing a wet dry mapping of Carr Canyon Wash this last monsoon. We have more erosion on the water, the wash is coming into the property. And then when we acquire right away from Molson Road, the city's wastewater with effluent will be running down Molson Road to the Riverstone project. Horseshoe Draw, we still need to repair the outlet structure that was damaged from last year's monsoon season. And the Bisbee effluent, the design concept report is completed, and that gave us 30% designs. The long-term Bisbee effluent agreement, that's going to be an IGA with the city of Bisbee that will be coming to the board possibly the next board meeting. And this was, we're investigating where to put the effluent pond for recharge. And we're working with the Nature Conservancy and Fort Huachuca to find that location and talking to, we have a property that's will work very well. And so we're working with TNC and Fort Huachuca for acquiring that property. Watershed studies, Pomerine Road. I think it was less than 250,000. Yeah, we're working with Michael Baker to do the Pomerine study, and this will be a first level study on the road to find out what can be done to decrease the flooding that goes over Pomerine Road. In the Wilcox Basin, we brought that grant to you. That was a great grant that we brought. And Jay Fuller is the consultant for $299,000 to do that Wilcox Basin, and that's just the very first level study on that basin. We try to find where can we put flood control projects to decrease flooding, especially in the city of Wilcox, and at the same time be for recharge. So city of Wilcox, north of the city, there are some locations, and Turkey Creek would be another one, which then would also decrease the flooding over Monticello Road. And then the Rucker Canyon watershed, we did apply for a past study by the Army Corps of Engineers. I had to resubmit my letter again. There had more people apply for funding grants than they have funds for. They have not issued any of those grants. They think that our study would be about $800,000. So then that would probably cost us about $400,000 if it's a 50-50 match. So we're waiting to hear back from them. And then if we do successfully get that grant, we will bring that to the board. And that is to help find ways to decrease the flooding in Elfrida. And then, again, have this down here, but we're updating our FEMA maps. We finally, 2019, FEMA's been doing the updating the maps in the San Pedro Valley. Sierra Vista, Huachuca City, Benson, and stuff around Hereford. So we do have the preliminary maps done that we will be reviewing in the next 2 months. It's going to take probably 100 to 200 staff hours to review it. There's lots of maps. Some people are going to be put in the flood zone, and some people will be taken out of the flood zone. And there will be a map that we will send out to anyone that's affected. We will send flyers and put in public announcements so that they can go online and see if they're being taken in or out of the flood zone. And that's all online up to FEMA. And then FEMA's still doing the Bisbee and St. David studies. Update those facts.
Do you know that if I go to your presentation, can I blow that up? Because it's pretty fine print right there.
Oh, well, I think the presentation's PDF,
Okay.
but I can see more colorful.
I just like to be, I don't, I just don't know where it is. The only thing I read is channel plan review and everything. So
Yeah, so.
I got a trifocal, so it must be small.
Coyote Wash is part of the Bella Vista Ranch that the control district has between Charleston Road and Highway 90, west side of Mosen Road. And it's one of the major washing goes through city of Sierra Vista.
I'm familiar with it. I'm familiar with the part, do you know where Town and Country Road is, which is west of Coronado, that bridge, and from that bridge to Coronado, I'm concerned about the erosion. You know, I think we've talked about that before.
And can you send the image? Just the image?
That would be fine. Thank you very much.
Just the floodplain use permits, you know, we do the floodplain use permits for the National Flood Insurance Program and erosion hazard setbacks. We do commercial development reviews for any new commercial development in the county. We review their hydrology reports. And the Sulphur Springs Water Alliance, which is kind of like a sister what the Whole Cheese Conservation Recharge Network is, the CCRN. They have, we will be bringing an MOU to the board at the November 26th meeting. And it's just an MOU with it. So the city of Douglas is on board with it, Wilcox, city of Wilcox, and some businesses and residents. And that would just help us then to be able to probably apply for some grants to go into flood control and recharge projects in the Sulphur Springs Valley. So that would be for both the Douglas Basin and the Wilcox Basin. And just the Fort Chica Sentinel Landscape documentary. Oh, I told you guys about that last time. We watched that one. It shows, and this Sulphur Springs Water Alliance is a documentary on that also that shows from the scenario planning workshop that we had.
Can you send those out again? I was looking for that one and I couldn't find it. So we could get another GREPI grant because of the military presence on the dry lake.
Correct.
Could we get that in?
Because yes, so we will be eligible for Sentinel Landscape grants because we are within the Rhino footprint of Fort Chica's Sentinel Landscape. And so this total, we have about $19 million in grants that we're now handle. I mean, we applied $43 million for the POE, and we will continue to apply for grants for construction. But a lot of people apply for grants and not everyone's successful. We'll keep trying.
But you have a lot of practice.
We
can
rather be no. Any other?
Oh, yeah, I
questions?
get tired. I think
Okay, thank you, Mr. Solis, and thank you, Ms. Watkins, for your attention to us today. And the next meeting is on Friday, November 15th at 10 a.m. in the Board of Supervisors hearing room for a Board of Equalization meeting. This meeting is adjourned.